Weather will play a major part in determining if the shuttle will take off as scheduled tomorrow. MSNBC meteorologist C. McLaughlin joins us live from nearby Cocoa Beach. Scene, fill us in.
Well, welcome to a hot, sticky, sweaty Cocoa Beach, Florida. Let me set the scene for you. Just over my shoulder to the north, about 15 miles, you see those silhouettes in the distance. Those are the old launch pads at Cape Canaveral. They still use them for military applications. That's where they launch the military and the Gemini missions. And just kind of right out of our sight line is 39B, where the Discovery is set to go off tomorrow afternoon at 3:51. Let me walk you down this beach. This place will be loaded tomorrow, not only with vacationers, but with people getting ready to see and even feel the launch, even though it's about 15 miles away. Let me show you right over here some nice clear skies. But each and every hour, some of these big thunder boomers, typically or perfectly normal for this time of year, they keep building up. So what we wanted to do throughout today and tomorrow is give you real-time weather information, real-time data, because the weather criteria for launch is extremely critical. We teamed up with the Storm Education team, John Van Pelt sitting there in the saddle. We're going to be monitoring each and every hour the weather conditions right up to liftoff. And John, what can we all monitor inside your tricked-out Suburban here?
Well, seeing you were just talking about some of those thunderstorms that are popping up, and you can see some of those right here on the mobile ThreatNet system. We'll be able to watch real-time radar tomorrow, lightning strike data. We have two sets of weather instrumentation so we can see the winds, the pressure, rainfall if we get any, hopefully not. Everything we need to know about the weather we can find out right here.
Thanks, John, and that's going to be real critical because, guys, it's a 5-minute window. This is going to be the most photographed U.S. space flight ever in history due to those safety concerns. So, will the weather cooperate? Like you said, NASA has downgraded it from a 70% chance to a 60% chance. It's perfectly normal to have thunderstorms this time in the afternoon here in Central Florida. To help us track that each and every hour, we've hooked up with the Storm Education team. This Suburban is loaded with all sorts of weather equipment, giving us real-time weather information. John Van Pelt's in the saddle right here, and inside, I'm going to let the camera go right inside. Take a look at what we've got here. Inside these circles is where the weather has to stay out of. John, what are we going to be looking for tomorrow afternoon about 3:50?
There's three main things. Lightning strikes, which we can see here. Clouds, like you said, near the launch pad, and you can see right now 39B is under cloud cover, and we'll be looking at radar. Storms moving in around the launch pad.
And again, that weather criteria, Ron and Monica, very, very tight. They can't have anything right around about an 11.5-mile radius around Launch Complex 39B for STS-114's return to flight. It's going to be tight. We'll be here throughout the day giving you live, continuous updates here on MSNBC.
But the big question, the one that's really out of their hands at this point, will the weather cooperate? We are joined now by MSNBC meteorologist C. McLaughlin, who is live how do you say that? Titusville. Thank you. I didn't want to say it wrong. Good morning, Scene.
Notice I didn't help. I let Amy figure that one out.
Somewhere in Florida. Hi, Scene.
Come on, let's start off the morning with a bang. Amy, how are you? We are in Titusville, Florida. Let me set the scene for you. Right over my shoulder here, that's the beautiful Indian River. You notice that big shape right there in the distance? That's the Vehicle Assembly Building, the largest building in Florida. And then just to the left, not that first shape, but all the way over, is Complex 39B, and that's where Discovery sits, awaiting that critical window late this afternoon at 3:51. Now, as we pull back and show you these beautiful clouds rolling over the Florida Peninsula, that's perfectly normal for the month of July. We've got a 40% chance of thunderstorms possibly affecting the launch. And that launch weather criteria, very, very tight indeed. Weather delays has been a part of the U.S. manned space program all the way back to the Mercury 7 astronauts. For the shuttle missions, all the way back to 1983, 36 of those missions have been delayed somewhat by weather. So what we're going to do all throughout the day is we're going to be giving you continuous, updated, live weather information courtesy of our Storm Education team. John Van Pelt inside a loaded Suburban filled with weather equipment. We've made it really easy for the viewer. Take a look inside John's laptop. You see those two big circles. We can't have any weather inside that large circle. John, what are we going to be monitoring, especially late this afternoon?
Well, this is where we are. This is where 39B is, right across the river from us. Today we'll be looking for clouds inside the circles. We'll be looking at the radar echoes to see if there's any storms. We'll be looking for lightning strikes. And here on board we've got a couple of wind instruments and all the other weather data we need to see if this thing's going to go off.
Of course, we're going to keep an eye on the weather. We've been doing that throughout the day, yesterday and today, each and every hour. Updated real-time weather information from the Storm Education team. John, forecast for Monday, very iffy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just about the same as today, and it's really disappointing. Like you said, the visibility is incredible. We're sitting here looking at a great situation, and it's not going to happen today.
And we look inside the circles, and it looks like we would have a go for launch, even though NASA was giving us about a 40% chance for today, right around a little bit less than about 20 minutes from now.
Yeah, all these storms that popped up earlier are all gone. The sky is almost clear, so it would have been a go situation, it looks like.
All right, Chris, once again, we'll be here monitoring the situation if we go on Monday. If we get word later on from the NASA engineers, we'll give you the forecast for whatever launch date they'll give us.